Is this working? Yes. Oh, I know. Do I use a pen?
I do not. I'll find one.
Oh, thank you. We'll get started. Greetings, graduates, friends, family, faculty, staff, and guests. This morning you attended our convocation. That was part one of our graduation ceremony. It was very formal and beautiful. Now we have part two, which will be a little bit less formal, a little bit less organized, but very much enjoyable. This is our hooding ceremony. In our hooding ceremony, we call each graduate forward, one at a time. A member of our distinguished faculty hoods the graduate. Hooding means placing what we call the hood on the graduate's head to complete the graduate's regalia and signify the graduate has earned the degree and title they richly deserve. Some of you may be wondering what's with these funky costumes anyway. We call it academic regalia. Regalia serves as a symbol of an individual's academic achievement and professional status. Academic regalia is also worn to show respect for the scholar's degree-granting institution. So if you look around, you'll see that there are a variety of colors and styles in the faculty's academic regalia. That's because we each have unique academic histories. If you'd like to learn more about academic regalia, there's an excellent description about it in your program. Wearing academic regalia also is a way to create a shared sense of pride and community, and this is what we are doing today, and we will proudly welcome each graduate into our academic community. That was my teaching moment for this afternoon. Let's get on with the celebration. So here's how we'll proceed. We'll follow the order of hoodings of our graduates in the program. So first up will be our master's students in applied media psychology. Next up, our doctoral graduates in general psychology. Then our doctoral graduates in applied psychological science. Then our largest group, our doctoral graduates in clinical psychology. And finally, our doctoral graduates in media psychology. So as I invite a student and a faculty member forward, I will invite the faculty member to say a few words about the student. Regrettably, it's only a few words. We have a lot of students to get through today, and we'll invite each student to say a few words also. If you could keep your speeches down to a minute or two, that would be appropriate, appreciated. There could be a photo opportunity here for you and faculty member. So I apologize that we have to keep the words short, but it's in the interest in moving our ceremony along and finishing on time. If any of you would like to hoot and holler, you're welcome to do that. If you have a balloon you want to float up and pass around between the audience, that's fine too. If you want to come forward and take photos, you're welcome to do so. So I'll begin with our master's, graduates of our master's program in applied media psychology. And I invite Dr. Andreas Miles Novello from the media psychology program to honor our master's graduate. And our first graduate is Anna Assessor. Is Anna with us? Thank you. And let me add, please enter and exit from my stage left with the railing. It's safer. That's what I've been advised by our risk assessment team. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Well, again, welcome everybody and congrats to all of our graduates here today. And I am very proud to be the faculty to represent your journey here at Fielding so far. I want to keep my comments pretty brief. Anna, I only had you in a couple of courses, but in that time I was able to see your brilliant mind and your thinking, and that all of our graduates have when they come to Fielding. Most notably, Anna, in her time here in the Media Psychology Master's Program, completed a project with another one of our faculty members, Perry Reed. You'll see the title of it in your program. I won't take the time to read it all right now, but I just really want to say that Anna's work was really awesome and really is representative of the kinds of things that we're trying to do here at Fielding when we're thinking about the reality of our society and that we live in and how that impacts people and our sense of self. I think that those are some of the most important questions and projects that we can be doing. So again, congratulations and thank you.
All right. My learning journey, even starting in high school when I first became interested in psychology, from that moment has always been about expanding my horizons. From starting with a thought like, oh, the only paths for me in psychology are like clinical and counseling. And over the years, high school, undergrad, and finally finishing with Fielding has been just day after day learning that there's so many like untapped potential sources, potential paths out there. So I do want to thank Fielding for allowing me to kind of pursue that path into a new horizon. And I do want to thank my family, my friends, and professors for supporting me in my journey here today. Thank you.
May I invite our next graduate, Agatha Guachcala.
Congratulations. Yes, it's really nice. Again, I am very honored to represent one of our very many brilliant master's students that we have. Agatha is another student that I had the opportunity to teach in a couple of my courses throughout her time here at Fielding. The one thing I want to say about Agatha that I just thought would be something that her friends and family would appreciate was in preparing, just a couple of words for today. I went back through my emails, and Agatha is just, was always on me. Anytime I was slightly late to class, anytime, maybe I posted something on Moodle that was contradictory to the syllabus, Agatha had those questions ready to go, was trying to figure out what was going on, and I will always be very appreciative of that. I always ask my students to keep me accountable for that, and she did a wonderful job at that. So thank you again, Agatha, and congratulations.
Oh my God, I'm so happy and grateful that I was part of the media psychology program at Fielding. I did get to know of this program in my undergrad, and that was back in Africa. I didn't know when I was gonna do it. Then when I came here, I knew of Fielding before I even came here. Then when I came here, I had to push myself to make sure that I get it. And I'm grateful that I managed to get it. Grateful to my faculty members, He was very helpful, always. Yes, I was sending emails everywhere. I did send him emails. And I'm so grateful that they were very helpful to see me through my program. And I'm also grateful for my friends and family. Please give a round of applause to my family. They came from all over the place just for me. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the program, and I have started my marketing business to apply media psychology in marketing, and I'm so excited for it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you. We now have several graduates from our doctoral program in general psychology. The dissertation supervisor for these students was my fellow dean and clinical psychology faculty member, Dr. Christine Jacquin. She was unable to be here. I'm sorry to report, but it would be my honor to hood these students. Would Autumn Banks please come forward? Thank you. We welcome you into our community of scholars. Would you like to say a few?
I would. I wrote this down because I know I'm going to cry, but this may be the proudest day of my life. I will never forget the long nights exhausted and alone, looking over at my baby asleep in her crib, and knowing that nothing was going to stop me from finishing this degree because no matter how alone I felt, she was counting on me. Now she's here watching me today, and I want to say to you, Lilith, you can do anything you set your mind to if you're willing to work for it. Thank you for the undying love and support, Mom, Dad, Guy, Elijah, Anna, and Richard. Dr. Jacquin, who couldn't be here today, and Dr. Riley, I know I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the two of you, and I thank you both. To my incredible friends across the country, I thank you all. It's a privilege to be here, but I can hold my head high because I know this is a privilege I earned. Thank you all.
Would Joe Coker please come forward? You have a short guy hooding you. We welcome you to our community, scholars. Would you like to say a few words?
My name is Oye Joke Coker. Everyone calls me Joe. And 10 years ago, I lost my son. He is 22 years old, 3 months from graduating in nuclear and mechanical engineering at Penn State, an honor roll. My world stopped. But then I remember that he would always want me to reach out for anything that I wanted to do. And today, I know he's looking down on me so proud that his mom has a PhD in psychology. Thank you, baby. We did this. But there were many people along this journey that helped me to make it happen. Through Hurricane Beryl, and all sorts of personal storms. My husband stood beside me, tower of strength. To my mom, who has been my cheerleader all my life, from kindergarten to doctoral college, she was the one that always believed I could do it. Mom, I've done it. Doing a PhD at any time in life is difficult, but later in life and after the experiences one has had, it's even more difficult. So if there's anyone out there who is thinking of doing something that seems difficult, let this moment be your guide. Yes, you can do it. I want to thank the faculty, Dr. Jacqueline, Dr. Vivian, Dr. O'Reilly, Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Field, and so many people, Dr. Green. God bless you all for all you do. What you have sown in us, we will make sure that we pay it forward. And the next generation of scholars will have something that reminds them of the spirit of Fielding. Thank you.
Would Zion Hall please join me? Just say, we welcome you to our community of scholars.
I appreciate it. To the Fielder community, a host of faculty, professors, staff, advisors, students in the post-bac lab, thank you for building an impactful and warm community that fostered an open and safe exchange of ideas and perspectives. A special thank you to Dr. Christine Jacqueline and Dr. Raymond Hawkins. To my entire family, thank you for your unconditional and unwavering support of me, for continuing to look for the best in me, accepting me and covering me at my best and at my worst, for also challenging yourselves and going higher with me into the unknown. Thank you for raising both me and my beautiful wife. I know it wasn't easy. Thank you for the sacrifice. It won't be in vain. That being said, all the glory and all the honor belongs to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I sincerely believe all the answers to our burning questions start and end with him. Thank you.
I'd like to now invite Dr. Nora Riley and graduate Susan Langgold. Please come forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. It was a joy to work with Susie. Susie came into the program like a force of nature, and kind of like Andreas' student, kind of told me what to do a little bit by not saying anything. She was so good at just making it clear that maybe I didn't do something for her. She actually has embodied her dissertation work as a registered counselor in Canada, and she is really exemplary for what we mean by a scholar practitioner. Welcome to the club. Okay.
Well, this is a dream come true, a long-awaited one, I have to say. And I could have only done it at Fielding, where I could study afar, and as it was spoken a bit today, have a job, parent my kids, and we need to do in life as well as school. yeah, from the very first day, one thing that got me through is thinking that my brain is growing, even trying to do Moodle, very first one, all the way to passing statistics, which Autumn, I got to meet her TA who helped survive statistics. Engaging with the students here really increased my diversity of perspectives and ways of thinking, and I felt so supported by the professors. And I feel very blessed because I have all three of my committee members here, Dr. Andreas, Dr. Lisa, who I've only met, and then Dr. Nora Riley, who really, I have to just say, a special appreciation because I feel like she encouraged me and believed in me at times when I didn't believe in myself and made me an okay academic writer, I think. And also, I just have to thank my husband, who's here, and my three awesome children, Megan, Sarah, and Charlie, who throughout all of this supported and loved me through the ups. And I'm just really grateful and hope to continue doing what we're doing here, the core values that were talked about in the field of mental health and psychology in Canada. So woohoo, yeah.
Would Dr. Lisa Ann Warmer and Fiona Trent Cunningham please come forward?
I think she picked me because I'm tall, and she didn't have to bend over, but she did anyway. It only took me one class to realize Fiona was just an exemplary student. She's intelligent, all straight A's throughout her career. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. She was dedicated. My class ended at 12 o'clock her time, midnight. And that's when I found out, by the way, that Newfoundland is an hour and a half different, in a different time zone. She's dedicated and she's accomplished. She already has more than 5 publications before she even got her doctorate. Yeah, she's amazing. So, Dr. Trent Cunningham, we welcome you to the community.
I am so incredibly grateful to the Applied Psychology program for embracing me, and so incredibly proud to be standing here representing them to receive this degree. When I started my program, I wondered if my dad would be healthy enough to make the trip in January to California for my convocation. And it's not January, and this isn't Santa Barbara. And also my dad passed away last June, which makes the moment here today bittersweet. So as many of you have that experience, I reflect on all that has been gained during my time at Fielding. I reflect on the learning, I can't see the words anymore. The learning, the friendships, elevating who I am as a professional in the field of psychology. I want to honor this space for the complexity of emotions that might be arising in any of us as a result of the sacrifices, both anticipated and otherwise, that come with a doctoral education. They will have looked both different and similar for each one of us, but they will have been there. There was learning, there was growing, and there might have been loss. There was pain and there was celebration. A doctoral education really is a microcosm of life, and I can't think of a place or people that I would have rather had that experience with, so thank you to all of you. And especially thank you to my husband and my children who are so happy to have their mommy back now.
Thank you. We now turn to our graduates in clinical psychology, and I will cede the platform to Dr. David Hollingsworth. Please join me to introduce our distinguished clinical psychology faculty and graduates.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Dr. Culler mentioned, my name is Dr. David Hollingsworth. I am the Director of Clinical Training for our Clinical Psychology PhD program, and I am truly honored to introduce our program's graduates. The road to becoming a clinical psychologist is a long and demanding one, requiring 4 years of graduate study, a year-long internship or residency, postdoctoral fellowships, national exams, and state board exams. And I'm excited to celebrate our graduates as they reach one of the major milestones on this journey, earning their doctoral degrees. Would Dr. Ray Hawkins and graduate Amy Brandon Anderson come forward?
So I'm very pleased to welcome Amy, Dr. Anderson. And she is an expert in studying children with autism and an unusual treatment for them, family therapy, and did some excellent work. So I'm very pleased to welcome you into the community of scholars.
Thank you, Ray. Thank God. Thank God we're here. Thank God that Fielding was ready for me when I was ready for Fielding. Fielding social justice for me is that they made a space for me that recognized my strengths and then scaffolded new skills for me, even though, or perhaps because I'm autistic. I'm an autistic psychologist. So you may have had the sense that some of your colleagues were, but I'm telling you I am. Fielding, not all programs are open to autistic people, but Fielding was. And thank God that Fielding was ready for me when I was ready for Fielding. I want to thank my father, Wayne Brannon, who with my mother, Alice Brannon, made sure that doors were open to me, even when they seemed shut at first. I want to thank my husband for keeping track of all 6 children every time I had to go to a national session or Neuro Week. He really held down the fort and made sure that my dream came true, just like I made sure his dream came true. I want to thank Ray, who I've known since 1992, for molding who I am as a therapist, as a scholar, and I hope that I can be half the supervisor that he is when I start supervising next year. Thank you so much to my NSO people. I love you, Kim, and Katie, and everybody who I'm going to forget right now, but I couldn't have done it without my NSO buddies. And knowing that you guys were cheering me on, even though it took me a little bit longer than you. So thank you very much.
Get a picture of you. We go off the same way we came in.
Next, would Taylor Sierra Boucher come forward? So Dr. Jaquin was supposed to hood Taylor, but again, Dr. Jaquin could not be here today. So I'm honored to hood Taylor today. And so Taylor and I, we worked closely together throughout her process of applying for internship, and I'm so proud of you, and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm done. I'm finally here. When I think about my past 5 years at Fielding, mine are transformative and resilient, which we keep hearing throughout today. I became a first-time parent just 2 weeks before orientation. I decided that I love challenges, so I became a second-time parent in my 3rd year, too. And so with my 2 kids, juggling caffeine-long nights, running diapers, having a really extensive time with externship, dissertation writing, and internship applications. If resilient wasn't already a part of the curriculum, I and separate elective. I won't pretend it was great. Simply about perseverance, showing up, doing the next thing, having a little cry when I couldn't, and trusting that growth was happening even when I couldn't see it. There were many moments when everything blurred together, when I'd hoped I'd submitted the correct version of whatever assignment, dissertation draft, that was due that week, including research proposals with Fielding's lab. See some of you in here, you know. Fielding taught me that resilient within transformation isn't about perfection. It's about running your own race, staying connected to your values, and finding moments of self-care, even overwhelming. I would like to thank who made this possible, my partner Tony. Thank you for being my true equal in every sense of the word, and for caring for our kids and for me so I could keep going. To my small kiddos, thank you for bringing joy and laughter that kept me afloat. To my mom and sister, thank you for stepping in and loving my kiddos every step of the way when I was absent in those short times. And to Dr. Jacquin, thank you for showing us what passionate, student-centered mentorship truly looks like. This program didn't just make me a better scholar and clinician, it transformed me.
Would Dr. Ray Hawkins and graduate Catherine Latimer come forward?
Well, here I am again, and Katie is doing her dissertation, complete her dissertation on music performance, self-efficacy, and social anxiety. That's kind of complex. What I would really say, though, I consider her my angel of music. Welcome to the community of scholars.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to thank a few very important people who were integral to my time at Fielding. First, I want to thank my dissertation committee, Dr. Hawkins, Dr. Vivian, and Dr. Fallon. Their contributions to my project were invaluable, and they made the dissertation process enjoyable and exciting. I want to give a special shout out to Dr. Hawkins, who is my mentor throughout the program. I wouldn't be standing here without his expertise and guidance. I also want to thank my friends and family who didn't forget about me while I buried my nose in schoolwork over the last 5 years, and who helped keep me grounded, connected, and supported. I want to especially thank my mom, who's also a Fielding graduate, and paved the way, before me. My husband, who helped keep me alive and fed throughout the program, most importantly. My dog, Duke, who was always ready for a study or, snuggle session. And my best friend who traveled across the country here today. Finally, I'm so grateful for all my colleagues and graduates. It has been such a pleasure to work with and learn alongside each of you. We have such an incredible network across the nation and increasingly the world, and I can't wait to see what we do next. Thanks.
Would Dr. Anthony Green and graduate Mona Chung come forward?
Good afternoon. It is my distinct privilege and pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Mona Chung. I think this is a moment where her capstone project should be recognized. Her dissertation title was Cognitive Functioning, Affect Dysregulation, and Psychopathology in Maltreated Adolescents. And she explored the factors that could mitigate some of the damage that occurs when children are abused. And one thing that I would like to note about Mona, she is brilliant, assertive, but sweet. And you don't find a combination too often. She put me on a schedule, and she kept me on the schedule, and she got here. So join me in welcoming to the community of scholars, Dr. Mona Chung.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for being here today, especially my friends who travel from across the country. Earning a PhD has been a remarkable journey. As a first-generation college student, I carry not only my own hopes, but also the dream of my family and community. I can also officially confirm that I'm a student no more after today. This path has been full of challenges, too much caffeine, occasional mental breakdowns, and a lot of stubbornness and determination. Thankfully, I was surrounded by mentors, friends, and family who remind me that finishing a PhD is really just mastering the art of not giving up. As I'm moving forward, I hope to carry this curiosity, passion, and the pride of where I come from into my career, and use what I've learned to contribute something meaningful to both my field and the community. Thank you for celebrating this special moment with me, and thank you, Fielding. It is an honor to share this with all of you. Thank you.
Would Zarian Daniels Colson come forward?
So it is again my privilege and honor to introduce Dr. Zarian Daniels Colson. Her capstone project was peer mentoring in psychology doctoral programs and examination of academic progression and self-efficacy. And I'm proud to say that her program continues to help first-year graduate students to this day, long after she has finished her degree. Zarian is who I would call an independent thinker. She is very resilient and tenacious. She went through quite a bit to get to this place, and it is my great joy to welcome to the community of scholars, Dr. Zarian Daniels Colson.
Well, here we are. I would like to say that I'm actually a 2021 graduate, but I am here today for the lived experience to get hooded, and it is different. I had a virtual graduation. COVID took a lot from us, and it took my graduation. But guess who got it back today? The race is not given to the swift, but is given to he, in this case she, who endures to the end. And I will say that this journey has been an experience. It's been an experience where I made it my business that I wasn't going to give up. And as I look in the audience and I see my son, my youngest son, Amontre, who I'm very proud of, but I also missed a lot of his first birthdays and couldn't celebrate until after we came back. But it was a lot of birthdays that I missed because I was at winter session. But now he is a student at Florida A&M University, majoring in biomedical engineering. I also like to thank my husband, Anthony, who I also call Dr. Husband, who made sure that I got here today and encouraged me along the way as well. And also, I would like to commemorate this moment in memory of my mother, who I lost on this journey in 2016, Delatha Walker, as well as my grandfather, Leonard Walker, who I lost during my internship in 2021. But in this moment, I have on today my grandmother, who's here, who is 97 years young, who has the real PhD at life. That's a direct correlation that's here to celebrate with me in this moment. So I am eternally grateful for that and eternally grateful for my extended family as well that came. So I would just like to say to those that stand here, will be in my position as a first-generation doctoral graduate, guess what? You can do it. It's not easy for first generations to pave the way, but now the road has been paved for my sons to come through and to do great things. And for those of you, know a good dissertation is a done dissertation. If they want the T-test, give them the T-test. If they want the NOVA, give it to them. We'll talk about it later. It's okay. Okay? But thank you all, and thank you for this opportunity.
Would Dr. Ray Hawkins and graduate Elizabeth Hand come forward?
I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Elizabeth Louise Hand to the Community Scholars. Let me say that the first part of the title of her dissertation says, "From World Values to the Waste Bin." But there's no waste here. I mean, what she did was to do a fantastic study looking at environmentalism and the way of making our world cleaner. And so I'm sure you'll do very well in your future career, and welcome to the Community of Scholars, Dr. Hand.
Whew, okay. Public speaking, so fun. All right, so first I want to say that I am honored and privileged to be third generation of graduates, doctoral graduates in my family. So I want to extend my thanks to you for setting your legacies and your constant love and support. I also want to thank my husband for lifting me up in the hard times and for supporting me and celebrating me in the good days. I also want to thank my friends and my colleagues, both here in Fielding and outside, for encouraging me to laugh loudly and live freely, got me through this program. And I also want to send a special thank to my mentors and professors who have challenged and inspired me daily by sharing your passions for this field and being very open to my diverse ideas of incorporating environmentalism and behavioral psychology. So lately I've been thinking a lot about chaos and the unknown because those are the questions that brought me into this field to begin with. What this program has taught me is that we're not called to erase the unknown with answers or even to face chaos with fearlessness. I'm not facing it well right now. Because the unknown is always going to shake us. So we must meet it with curiosity, and we must choose to lean in instead of look away. So I think my biggest takeaway from my time here is this. I won't always have the answers, and I won't always, nor should I, be able to quiet the chaos, because it is needed. But I can choose to hold on to the people who lift me up. I can choose to feel deeply, and I can choose to lift up others in turn. As I step into the next chapter, unknown and hopefully a bit chaotic, I promise to honor this degree with that same curiosity and purpose. To meet the unknown not with resistance, but with the freedom to embrace how I move through it, be it feeling terrified, frustrated, exhilarated, and always willing. Thank you.
Again? The next candidate is?
Would Annie Curian come forward?
Well, Dr. Annie Curian, wonderful student with a very fantastic dissertation she did, and that you finished that a while back too, I think. So I'm glad she could be here today to celebrate this joyous and celebratory day, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the community of scholars.
Good afternoon, everyone. This dream of becoming a psychologist has been a long time in the making for me. I pictured myself on this stage since I was about 16 years old in high school in my first psychology class. And for years, I wasn't sure if it would happen. My husband was in the military, and I worried that we would have to move around a lot and I wouldn't be able to study. And then I found fielding, and everything changed. So I'm very grateful to be here. I stand here today because of my village. I was raised by a single mother who taught me grit, resilience, and how to break barriers. Her voice has been in the back of my mind on this journey, pushing me forward when things felt impossible. I'm deeply grateful to my mentor, Dr. Emick, for steady guidance, to Dr. Hawkins, who chaired my dissertation, and to my husband. Thank you for every sacrifice, every missed gathering, every late night, and supporting me even as we welcomed our daughter during internship. And to my family, including my sister Lena, who is here today, thank you for your constant support. I'm honored, grateful, and ready to carry this dream forward by serving my future patients with compassion and bringing them hope for a brighter future. So thank you.
You should go up this way, but okay. You want to go that way?
Would graduate Kenna Laporte come forward?
Well, Kendra, welcome to the community of scholars. And look at the way she is decked out. Not only did she do a fantastic dissertation, she was very active in Psych-Chi, and she has this wonderful corsage on her wrist that is a keepsake for later on. I think that will help her to remember Fielding forever, and we will never forget you. I will never forget you. So thank you, and congratulations. Welcome to the community of scholars. Dr. Laporte.
When I started Fielding, I didn't need glasses, but times change. Roosevelt said, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." Well, I'm not sure that that applies to dissertation. But the quote highlights how achieving a goal requires the confidence to take the very first step and the resilience to move forward despite obstacles. I have many people to thank for that, and my family and friends. I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to my parents for their unconditional love, unwavering support, kindness. They are the role models that I had for hard work. Thank you to my husband, Martin, for his dedication. We navigated the ups and downs of the PhD program, as well as the ups and downs of the mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, as he drove me to Cluster, now called ProSem. He drove so that I could complete Dr. Bush's statistics. I still have the headlamp that I used as I read in the dark. To my best friend, Shu, who's here today, I don't know how to thank you. She's the one that gave me the corsage with pearls that I can keep after the flowers have passed. Your friendship has been a constant source of joy and strength. I can't wait to see what we accomplish next. At Fielding, I established a support system with Dr. Tara Chase, and I thank my incredible colleague and friend. We managed countless nights and weekends studying for the EPPP, which we both passed during our internship. Dr. Chase's dedication to our shared success made a difference, and I'm grateful for her partnership then and for now. Thank you to my dog, Brody, my little guy, for his steadfast love and the joy he gives me. Today, I walk across the stage because of all the hard work I put in, but I wouldn't have made it without the support system believing in me too. Thank you.
Would Dr. Tiffany Field and graduate Kristen Lee come forward?
So Chrissy had a daunting dissertation. She studied grief for the loss of a loved one during COVID-19. And she has the most wonderful PowerPoint. So if anyone needs a PowerPoint, it's a great model that she presented at her FOR. So welcome to the community of scholars.
Greatness is not measured by what a man or woman accomplishes, but by the opposition he or she has overcome to reach his goals. This is a quote by Dorothy Height that truly resonates with me. As I stand here today, This moment reflects not just my accomplishments, but the obstacles, sacrifices, and many, many sleepless and late nights it took to arrive at this milestone. I share this honor with my loved ones, my family who is here in attendance with me today, my parents who let this little girl believe that she could truly be anything she wanted to be, to my host of aunts and cousins and my brother and my best friends, both here and watching. I attribute my resilience, which has allowed me to persevere through this journey, to you, for supporting me when the journey felt too heavy, for reminding me of my brilliance and worth. Thank you for pushing me to keep going. Your love and support has been my foundation. I also stand here as a Black woman entering a field where representation continues to grow. My hope is that my work, my presence, and my voice contribute to a more compassionate, equitable, and culturally attuned field of psychology. To Dr. Field and Dr. Vize in her absence, thank you for your support and guidance throughout my time here at Fielding. And lastly, to quote my favorite scripture from Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Here's to seeing what the future as Dr. Lee has in store. Thank you.
Would Dr. April Fallon and graduate Tiffany Parisi come forward?
I had the privilege of teaching Tiffany in some of her early and initial courses in clinical. And I noted very early on of her exceptional capacity for critical thinking and her sensitivity for those with psychic wounds. So I am very sort of excited to learn how she's going to continue her work in psychoanalytic training, and even is pursuing that community within her area. So I am so happy to welcome you, Dr. Tiffany Lauren Parisi, into the community of scholars.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fallon. I have to say, it's really incredible to be able to share space with so many others who are your first generation in college. This is my experience. I'm the first person in my family to go to college, let alone achieve a PhD. So, yeah, it's big for all of us, right? So, in my dissertation on intergenerational trauma and resilience in Cuban Americans, I often reflected on the concept of hope. I came to understand that hope is not a single emotional experience, but something far more layered. Sometimes it presents us the optimism essential to fantasize about a brighter future. Other times it is the strength required to endure countless traumas and losses. At still other moments, hope is the quiet courage it takes to face uncertainty. In these ways, we might understand hope as the resilience we call upon to leap into the unknown and believe we will survive. As future psychologists, we are entrusted with tending to this hope within ourselves, within our patients, and within the communities we serve. We have seen how profoundly people strive to make meaning, to heal, and to reconnect with parts of themselves that long for safety and possibility. And we have learned that bearing witness to this process is both a responsibility and a privilege. To my doctoral mentors, Drs. Josselson, Page, Kramer, and Fallon, thank you for helping me find my voice. To my cohort and colleagues, thank you for walking this path with me. And to my husband, my family, and community, thank you for the love, grounding that made this journey possible. May we move into our careers with the kind of hope that endures, adapts, and continues to guide us into the unknown.
Would Dr. Susan Goldberg and graduate Tatiana Helena Rodriguez-Rem come forward? Other way. Other way. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
That was some introduction. I would like to introduce to you Dr. Tatiana Rodriguez-Rem. I was told to only have 2 to 3 sentences, and I'm very compliant, so I do. She is exceptionally committed to the well-being of college students, dismantling prejudice, and protecting dispossessed people. This was expertly demonstrated in her important dissertation about mental health impacts on Hispanic students who experience microaggressions in their college experience. She is and will continue to be make a meaningful difference in impacting lives. Welcome to the community of scholars.
Thank you. Hi there. So I got my first PhD before I was born. And I know this might sound a little weird, but this is what happened. My mother was pregnant with me. My dad was getting his PhD. And what happened is that he was dictating to her as she was typing. So that was my first PhD, because the day that I was born was his graduation, and I don't know how many people were there this morning, but I got my dad, and he walked across the stage with me, because at 82 years old, he finally got to walk across the stage to get his PhD. Secondly, happy anniversary. They've been married 61 years on Tuesday. That's a long time. So, to my husband, who has been my anchor for 22 years and believes in me when I didn't believe in myself, I quit this program every day. Every day. I said, I can't do it. And I meant it. And he would just walk away. He would look at me, and he's like, you can do this. I also got into this mess because of my daughter. I got so mad that I couldn't find someone to test her in our community, because no one wants to test children. And we finally found someone to test her. And research shows that if you test a child before the 3rd grade, they can outgrow disabilities. To this day, she's on the floor right now. She has outgrown 4 out of 5 disabilities. Straight A student, softball player. Don't let her hit you with that softball. It's at 60 miles an hour. So thank you, Noelle, for sharing me with Fielding, and all the weekends where you said it wasn't fair that your mom had to go to class. To my host daughter, we host exchange students. I'm learning Spanish in my old age to be more authentic with the Latina community. I speak fluent French, but I never spoke Spanish, so gracias. And thank you for being in our chaotic home. I have to thank my 3 dogs, my 3 birds, my 3 guinea pigs, and my 2 rabbits. They keep the chaos happening. To my committee, I didn't match the first time. I had to wait a year. You guys, Dr. Hollingsworth, Dr. Goldberg, Dr. Hawkins, you guys stuck with me, and you knew I could do it. So now I've been a college professor for 22 years. I have 2 private practices. And I'm going to speak Spanish. So, Final thoughts. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not enough. Use your voice. Don't be silent. Believe in yourself even when others don't. I am living proof that goodness always prevails. Thank you.
And we move over here, and we need to get a picture.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Would Dr. Anthony Green and graduate Nathan Smith come forward?
So I get to welcome Dr. Nathan Smith. Nathan's capstone project is titled, Let a Brother Be Heard, Fam. A qualitative study exploring the experiences of Black men exposed to community violence, which showed that with the right supports, even the worst experiences can be turned into something positive. Nathan is someone who I consider very forward-thinking because his first semester in the program, he picked me out of a lineup and asked me to be his dissertation. He's also very scholarly, and I'd say very humble, which is the most admirable thing about Nathan. So join me in welcoming to the community of scholars, Dr. Nathan Smith.
Tanu Hase Coates, an acclaimed writer, journalist, and public intellectual, reminds us not to retreat into dreams, but to stay awake, to be conscious citizens of this beautiful world. I'll always be committed to promoting the wellness of Black and brown communities, especially Black boys and men who've been exposed to trauma. One of the core findings from my dissertation was about the power of reframing masculinity following community violence exposure. And this achievement, to me, is a part of that reframe. To my parents, thank you for all the years of unwavering support, for exposing me to the arts, and especially for my father for buying me educational computer games when I would have preferred like Mario Kart. But it's okay, that all paid off. To my entire village, Nisha, my sister, my niece Najee, and my aunt Stephanie who are here, this win is all of ours. I love you all, and to all my friends here, those of you who are watching, I appreciate you as well. Building faculty staff, thank you for believing in me. There's many of you here. AG, of course, Dr. Levine, Dr. Fallon, Dr. Goldberg, and but I also want to dedicate this accomplishment to Thomas Tank Daniels and my cousin Julius, both who were taken too soon by gun violence, which also was a huge inspiration for my dissertation and my research. Their memories fuel commitment to healing and advocacy. So this degree is an invitation to mentor, protect, to build, and to radically imagine what care looks like in our communities. We each have a role, so let's not waste it. And just to close out, so when I told my dad that it was official, he said, yeah, you did it, that's our PhD. So congratulations to us, and thank you.
Would Dr. April Fallon and graduate Christopher Stewart come forward?
I have known Chris since the beginning of his doctoral studies. He was in my PDS, and I have been so impressed by his intense passion for learning and his enthusiasm way after the requirements were met. He was very caring for all his fellow students, helping them with their studies even when he was pretty busy. So I am particularly happy to Dr. Christopher Stewart, to welcome you into the community of scholars and look forward to our continued local collegial fellowship.
Thank you, Dr. Fallon. Ever since I was 12 years old, I was sure I wanted my doctorate. At the time, I thought it would be in marine biology. Obviously, that didn't work out. However, passion and joy was developed for psychology, fueled by the relationships I built with peers and mentors in this field, fostered by family and loved ones, and those who helped me stay on this path to this moment. I'm especially thankful for the relationships that I developed with my faculty advisor, Dr. Fallon, Dr. Mizak, my dissertation chair, who couldn't be here today, my parents, and my husband for their patience and their encouragement over this very stressful process. Yet it was a very rewarding time, filled with moments that culminated in an opportunity to join a community of scholars that are so passionate and so driven to better the world around us. So thank you all for your support.
Right. And last but certainly not least, would Dr. Tiffany Field and graduate Timothy Wilkins come forward?
So I don't know if you guys know anything about fibromyalgia, but it's one of the most crippling chronic pain conditions that could ever happen to anyone. And it happens to about 6% of the world. And Dr. Tim Wilkins did an intervention with them. Interventions are very rare for fielding students because they take so long and they're so cost a lot and they take a lot of time and energy and so forth. He did an intervention with fibromyalgia patients using a smartphone, which was very smart back then when you started. So I would like to welcome you to the community of scholars. Thank you for your dissertation.
Hello. I want to start by thanking the people who made it possible for me to be here. My committee, Dr. Lizardo, Dr. Vivian, and Dr. Field, as well as my faculty advisor, Dr. Ormeron, who has supported me as I've navigated countless challenges throughout this grueling process. I also want to thank my family, whose belief in me has been truly unwavering. I remember holding my daughter during new student orientation. She was very, very young, and she's here today. Her name's Aurelia. She is now 8. It's been a long time. I appreciate her sacrifice, all the nights watching me write into the wee hours of the night. And to my partner, Nikki, who cared for our newborn son, Riley, who came during internship. Very stressful. For me, this process has been about many things, but underneath it all, it's been about relationships. I've been inspired by psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan, who suggested that our desire is fueled by the desires of those that we desire. That we recognize ourselves in the mirror through an image that is both ours and not ours. My desire for work rooted in service, meaning, discovery, and healing reflects the values of the people I've been fortunate enough to encounter in this life. For me, this work has been and always will be about relationships. Thank you.
That concludes our clinical psychology PhD graduates. Dr. Cutler, would you return to introduce the media psychology graduates?
Would Dr. Karen Shackelford and Jonathan Cohen please come forward? My apologies, Joshua Cohen.
Short people got to get the technique, y'all. All right, it is a real joy for me to be here to introduce Josh Cohen and to welcome him to the community of scholars. Just a few short years ago, Josh came to me and he said that he had a passion for understanding why someone would want to rewatch, say, The Friends or Seinfeld or The Office instead of watching something that they had not seen before. Why do we prefer the known over the new? And he told me that people paid hundreds of millions of dollars for shows like Seinfeld or Friends just to buy the streaming rights, and that pays off because they get billions of dollars back. So this started a conversation which has led to the direction of my entire research lab, the Entertainment Psychology Research Lab, where we're now studying TV theme songs and nostalgia. And so Josh is very much my peer and partner and collaborator. So I come from a large family. We hug and we kiss and we say, I love you. If someone is going to the bathroom, we yell, I love you, down the hall. So I'm just going to say, Josh, he knows, so I'm just going to bring it on. Josh, I love you. I think you're amazing. I'm so happy to have you in my life, and you have my respect and admiration. I'm so proud of you.
PhD and YouTuber Andy Stapleton said that attrition rates for PhD students are 36 to 51% across a range of study areas. The factors found to impact PhD completion were student-advisor relationship, mentorship, and dissertation process. I had an outstanding advisor, Dr. Karen Shackelford, positive, patient, and communicative. Mentors open doors. And sometimes they have to give you a little push or kick or whatever to get you through, because open doors means hard work. And you do that, though, with the confidence of your mentor behind you. That's what happened to me at Fielding. So this graduation is not an exit, but an entrance to new and exciting opportunities. No matter your area of study, the dissertation process can get messy at times. When that happened to me, I learned to lean in to the first two things I mentioned. I followed my advisor's advice and relied on the mentorship of others. Momentum returned, and the work resumed and was completed. Thanks to the fielding faculty, my advisor, my family, especially my wife, Karen, for all of your support. Thank you.
Would Amber please come forward? I had the honor of supervising Amber's dissertation, which was about making car seats safer for children. If any of you have installed car seats to your vehicles, you know it's not an easy task. There's a lot of anxiety around whether we did it right. Amber is passionate about this topic and conducted a media psychological study of improving safety in car seats. It was brilliant. Her dissertation received high praise from her external advisor, who is now the Vice President for Research at the University of Iowa. What struck me about Amber's dissertation, and I never told Amber this, but I felt like Amber was operating at the doctoral level from the start of her dissertation. I edited it with a very light. It was, quite frankly, easy work for me because Amber is a natural at this. We welcome you to the community of scholars.
As I've found with raising children, pursuing a PhD takes a village, and I have a mighty one. Dr. Cutler, you assumed the role mid-journey and navigated me through with exceptional guidance. The balance you struck between accountability and support made all the difference. Dr. Miles Novella, thank you for sharing your wisdom and providing insights that strengthen my research immeasurably. My deepest gratitude goes to my family, to my parents, Irene and Randy, whose steadfast support and willingness to shoulder additional responsibilities enabled me to pursue this dream. Thank you for the sacrifices you've made on my behalf. And most of all to my boys, Chase and Logan, who have, I can't see this, who bore the greatest impact of my divided attention. This entire pursuit has been for you and because of you. Thank you for being my inspiration, my motivation, and my reminder of why this work matters. Thank you.
Would Dr. Karen Shackelford and Martha Gray come forward?
I am here as a proud committee member of Raquel's dissertation committee, and it's a privilege to welcome you to the community of scholars. I know you had a little bit of a circuitous route with topics and different faculty members, so you hung in there and you made it. Congratulations, your dissertation was on, her dissertation was on using social media as part of the grieving process, which is quite fascinating. I'm proud to introduce Raquel.
Thank you. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who was sharing in their grief today, because that was also a big part of our process in this. When I started this program, I would have never imagined that my life's work would center on grief. My father had dreamed that I would become a doctor, and yet he died while I was in the program. His death changed everything: my research, my purpose, my soul. Grief is the most profound human experience. In my research, I found that there were 4 ways that people navigate their loss: validation, connection, spirituality, and resilience. As we step into this next chapter of our life, I believe these same qualities can guide us to listen deeply, connect meaningfully and with courage, find purpose and hope, and persevere through this beautiful life with compassion and kindness. May we leave no words unspoken. In that sentiment, may I express my love and gratitude to my unconditionals, Mom, Jai, and Tristan. I thank you for creating me, educating me, and loving me. 4 years ago today, I sat in a hospital waiting room, grief-stricken, after receiving the news my grandfather had died from cancer, while at the same time mustering hope that my stepfather, who's here, Shah, would survive a sudden heart attack. So good news on that front. Life is a gift, and it is fleeting. As you turn this page in your life, I hope you continue to write your story. And when your final chapter closes, may you be remembered, not just for what you have achieved today, but for how fiercely you loved in the time you were given. May we all continue to contribute to the book of life. Thank you.
Has Ashley Vargas arrived? Okay, we'll move on to Dr. Regina Tuma and Mesam Samanabadi.
Well, Mesam, we've made it here. Mesam's work is really timely. He is looking, and I have to say unfortunately, he is looking at mindfulness, the effects of mindfulness on journalists who are covering political campaigns in the age of fake news. That's the untimely part. Mesam himself is a journalist, has been around the world covering news and knows the sacrifice that is involved in that. But Mesam, I have to tell you something. I will always take this with me. You know that when we write dissertation drafts, or you provide them, those early drafts can be brutal. And, you know, there's a lot of red and comments and this and that. And what do you mean by that? And what Mesam always do is that I would immediately get an email back, and he would say, "Thank you, Dr. Regina, for all of these wonderful comments. And so for that, Maisim, and for many more, the journey we have shared together, I am so proud. And I welcome you to the community of scholars, and I look forward to all of your work to come. Thank you very much.
Okay. It's my phone. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Today is very special day for me. I'm proud to stand here as the first PhD graduate in media psychology from an ancient land with 5,000 years of history and a story from Iran. This journey took 6 years, 6 long, beautiful, surprising years, but it wasn't always easy. It was full of learning and hope. Before I finish, I want to thank my family. First of all, to my wife, who is my best friend and partner in every step of life. She's here with me today. To my son, my smartest study advisor, who always gave me honest and wise guidance. And my parents. They are watching us live from the other side of the world right now. Their love reached me every day of this journey. I also want to thank you, my committee, specifically to Dr. Regina, my chair, for their steady guidance and patience, to Dr. Patrice Sweeney, my methodologist, for keeping me on the right path, even when my path tried to wander. To my external advisor, Dr. Abdul Hamid Ahmadi, and a special thanks to my former professor and current academic advisor, Dr. Zahra Ujaq in Tehran, for her support, guidance, and encouragement. And a special thanks to you, Dr. Kotler. Your kindness and wisdom, meant so much to me. Thank you. I hope to be a good ambassador for fielding and for media psychology. Wherever I go, I will carry what I learned here with pride, hoping for the return of peace, harmony, and reason to our world. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
This concludes our list of distinguished graduates. I'll now invite Dr. David Hollingsworth to return to the podium and offer some concluding comments.
All right, let's give our graduates one more round of applause. So I'm going to make this very quick because it is extremely hot under this robe. To our graduates, we are incredibly proud of you, and we look forward to all the great things we know that you will achieve. Before we conclude, I want to share something that my doctoral advisor told me when I graduated. Having a PhD doesn't mean you have to know all the answers, but it means you know how to find the answers you need. So I encourage you to carry that confidence, that curiosity, and that persistence with you as you step into the next chapter of your careers. This concludes our hooding ceremony, and I wish everyone a wonderful afternoon and safe travels home. Thank you.